welcome back to the Healing Table. I'm Grace.
Hello everybody, welcome to the Healing Table and I am Julia.
And today's episode we're going to be talking about mother and daughter misunderstandings.
Yes.
And I feel like this is something that goes on within a lot of cultures, but I would say that I know a lot of us first daughters in the family can relate to this as well. And we both know that our relationship also has grown a lot too, but it was complicated whenever I was in high school and living here. And we're going to be talking about like the main things that a lot of mother and daughters go through and what really is the root of the misunderstandings between the two. And a lot of it has to do with the different cultural backgrounds and how we are raised and the types of communication styles that we do have, and not even just that, but the emotional expressions that we also it's just different. But I think we're gonna first start with, which one do you want to start with? Cultural or communicative?
We're gonna start with culture.
Okay. In our culture, I would say for me it's different because in the US everything is built on individualism. You have to do everything yourself, hustle. Everything is really, like, all the weight is really put on just you, right? And it's very different from how my mom grew up. She really had the community that kind of raised her as well. And I feel like it's just really different within the American culture because I think we've talked about this a lot as well, but it's almost like the two are very just opposite of each other. And as a child, like growing up, seeing your friends who are American or go to the same school as you, they are able to do X, Y, and Z, but your mom is not letting you do X, Y, and Z. And you're just wondering, like, why not? That's weird because all the parents are letting their kids do this. But as I grew up, I started to understand a lot more of why my mom did a lot of things in order to protect me and protect my innocence and stuff.
I will say growing up here in America and growing up in Africa is so different, totally different. In Africa, your child can be punished by everybody if you do something wrong. Then everybody advises you not to do something wrong or not to go there particularly, like a community. Your neighbor, your auntie, your brother, all the community, like they're all in one place. They can raise you up in any way they could. They can punish you if they have to. They can beat you up if they have to. They can talk to you. Here in America is different, just you and your parents. Sometimes it's very hard to take your problem and give it to somebody else because that person going through a lot too. And then misunderstanding each other is the real thing, because you might thinking, okay, if I tell my friend X, Y, and Z, she might advise me what I'm supposed to do to fix the problem. But when you can find your problem out there, it just make you embarrassed that you always, why you open your mouth in the first place, and the relationship can be grumpy because you're never going to trust that person anymore. So let me go back to why my daughter said when she was in high school, I don't allow her to go to a lot of places with a lot of people that I don't know them sometimes, but the only people that I let her go, that's the people that I really know. Why I do that? Because in that period of time, that's the time that the hormone of the child is changing, and she can be vulnerable for anybody to play with his mind. It's scared because you do not want your daughter to walk to the house. You don't know what is happening in that house, okay? You have no idea and you do not have control of anything happening in there. So that's my fear. When my child said, oh, my friend can do this and they can do that and they can go there, why I cannot do it? If you in Sudan, I will let you do it, because why? If my auntie see you doing something wrong over there, she will come straight and tell me and she will beat you up. You will get beat up right there and she will come and tell me what I find your daughter doing. But here in America, what happened inside there is going to stay over there. And you're going to see your daughter or your son is changing in their behavior because they see something that they're thinking is right in that house. They see behavior that they shouldn't see in that house. And some people, if they're not lucky, they can get sex assault in that house. And what the child is going to do, because they're going to tell them, if you tell them 1, 2, 3, we're going to kill your family, we're going to do this, we're going to say that, and you will be scared to death. Because why? You love your family, you don't need anything to happen to them, just like a skin.
And I would say that it didn't really click with me until really I grew up, because I didn't really realize how much older men and sometimes women prey on children and actually like children in the sexual way.
Yeah.
And it's really crazy, but at the same time, look at what's going on in the office right now.
Yeah.
With Trump, the Epstein files, they're all messing with kids. And it's honestly very dangerous. And
Yeah.
as a kid, you really don't understand that. You really don't even think about that. It's something that you shouldn't even have. And I definitely understand now, growing up, that how scary the world really is. And I would also say that we did learn this in the previous video whenever my aunt was here, and I know that a lot of the girls firstborn in the family, they feel like they have a lot more expectations and things, or like responsibilities put on them. But I learned that it was because also like the women within the Sudanese community hold the most value for their family.
Yes.
And not even just that, but that value is something that will be transferred to your kids.
So they can survive this world.
Exactly.
Because if you do not teach your daughter how to be strong, how to be smart, how to be humble, all that stuff you did not teach her from the babies, from the young, you can let somebody grow up in 18 and 19 and you want to put that on that. It just look like you put the cover in the place that is not built. You have to build it from ground up. So she did not understand that why I will tell her to do 1, 2, 3 when her brother is not there. Yes, the boy is supposed to learn what the woman is supposed to learn, but I wanted my daughter to be stronger in case of anything that will throw on her and she will live alone, or something happen in the future to the spouse or something else, she will know how to survive. But if we do not taught her from the beginning and something happened, for example, she doesn't have no job, she doesn't have nothing to do, she doesn't even have a cleaning skill or cooking skill or any skill at all, or she cannot even wash her clothes. What is going to happen? And she doesn't have no money. That can happen. And then if she doesn't have no skill, what's she going to do? One day she can be a beggar to survive, or she can sell her body to survive, or she can be in drugs so she doesn't have to know what she's doing in her life. That's the stuff that we women, if we don't have nothing to do, that's the stuff that we have to turn ourselves into it. That's the reason why when you have a daughter, yes, we have to teach our son, but the daughters is vulnerable for a lot of bad things. If you see in this world, who the heart is hurting every day is the woman. Who is getting sexual assault every day is the woman. Who is getting beat up in everything that's wrong in them is the woman. Who most in the street, they can be a homeless and they cannot know what to do? Woman. Who having children in this world, they can bring even more problem if we cannot control it? Woman. Who can raise that child to be a human being or to become a good citizen? So the women have a lot of responsibility, and I salute every woman in this world. If you have children or if you don't have children, I know that your responsibility that it cannot measure with the man, not even a minute. Because, oh my God, sorry guys, I gotta cut this out because my nose. So the man, for example, I tell my husband, okay, I'm going to take this girl to school. I need you to, and can you, for example, watch this, or whatever. He immediately gonna ask you, which one you need me to do? Because you can't tell me to do those two things, and I'm only one person. But imagine if you're a woman, you will take those kids to school, you will come and cook, you will, for example, me, let me put the example. When I used to work at home, I will get up in the morning, I go to 3 different schools. I will go to 3 different schools. I will drop Brown first, all the way over there, like 20 minutes, and then I will put Tala in here, and then I will take, no, Joy, and then Gracie and Tala, different school. That's 3 school in the morning. And then imagine after that, I have to come home and work. I will have a client after that. And then I have to work. Sometimes when I used to work from home, I will be doing hair, and I will have food is ready for my kid when they come from school, so they can get ready to eat. And then after all that, I have to go back and pick them up from school. And then after I pick them up from school, I do not know how to help them with the homework, but if somebody I needed, I will see the homework. If they're failing or anything, I will hire them the tutor. Why? Because I come from Africa. The school in Africa is different than here. So we don't have to mistaking that, oh, you can be a smarter person in Africa that, like me, you can be smarter, you can be, but the African school is not like American school. So if you see your child is failing, don't say, oh, your child is stupid and they cannot learn and all that. That child, it just needs your help to succeed. So the responsibility of raising a family, it fell 90% in the woman head. That's the reason why we teach our girls to be stronger and even to be stronger than us. Because as me, sometimes they will think that I'm stronger, but in my point of view, I'm still weak sometimes.
And I would say that I know a lot of people probably just heard that and it's like, you shouldn't have to do all this because you should have somebody to help you. And that is very true as well, because we do have a dad that lives here as well. And I feel like even in the Bible, like the women are supposed to be cherished. They're supposed to be something that you protect for men. We live in this world. Look at what the men are doing. You can't depend on the man because a lot of the men do not even follow what they're supposed
what
to
the
be
Bible
doing.
even say.
Exactly.
And then they cannot handle more than we can handle. Like the example that I'm saying, I do this and I do that and I do that because I can juggle with all that. But for them, it's very stressful. They can be mad because they did all that. They can't handle the pressure. We women, we handle every pressure that the world throwing in us. We can handle that. And God is always there to guide us and to make us stronger. Yeah, because the woman is just like if you, like the Bible is said, who find a woman find a good thing. It's not just a word. It's, if you see how everything the women do, it's a lot. You're gonna have kids, you have to cook, you have to clean up, you have to do, and at the end of the day, you will sleep happy. You're never gonna hold that against anything. But if you tell the men to do 1, 2, 3, they will get confused in the middle. They don't know what to start and how to start it. Okay, let me tell you guys a story. That's the true stories. When I find my mom is alive, after all this war, my auntie found work. I talked to my mom. She brought for me the phone, and I was so happy and excited. I got the ticket very quick in 2013. I went back home. Guess what? My husband calling me. Where I can find this? From America here, all the way there. He have to take the whole week off because he do not understand why did he have to take the kid to school and then go to work and do that all over again. He got tired very quick. So he had to take off. So we are stronger. We are women. We are very strong. And we have to be happy about that. And we have to be grateful. That's the reason why I said, God said, who find a woman, find a good thing. Because the woman is supposed to be a backbone of every family.
Literally Adam's rib. You're supposed to
Yeah.
be the rib.
Yeah. You bring the man and the woman in this world. This is the gift that nobody can do. Not everybody can do it.
That too.
But the woman is like the whole world. It's something amazing. If you explain a woman is a doctor, a woman is a mom, a woman is the auntie, a woman is a whole another thing. It can be a nurse, it can be a lawyer, it can be everything. The woman is a lot. It's the words, the woman, but man, just one thing. One thing, man. But look at woman. You guys see that? It's holding all the world. and God is guiding her and making her strong. That's the reason why when we're raising girls, we're raising a beautiful thing that they can confuse a man in a minute. He can drop everything and forget about everything. That's woman. Women can turn them into become anything else. That's woman. Women can be bad and can be good. The good one who follow God, fear God, do God thing. The one that the world take it, they do the world thing. So when you find one, the one fear God, is a good thing. God has said, who find a woman, find a good thing. And that woman is supposed to be cherished in the family through her husband, through the children, through the family. So when we go somewhere and everybody coming to your house, they were like, this person's house. They didn't say the man house. They always say that woman house, that woman child. They never say that man child. You guys see that? So that's the reason why the girls, like they said, if you raise a good children, the benefit 98% go to the woman. Because why? The woman, the one, if the child is sick, the woman is going to be there. The baby want to learn how to walk, the woman is going to be there. The baby burn himself or whatever, hurt himself, the woman is going to be there. The baby is going to school, the woman is going to be there. In every step in the way, it doesn't matter how many kids you have, you're always going to be there any step in the way. That's the reason why we put the pressure in our first daughters. Let me tell you why. We put the pressure on them first because the same pressure they're gonna put it in the youngest one, so that we don't have to work so hard. Like the way we train her, we're training her so that she can train the others when we're not around. That's the reason why.
And also, I would say don't necessarily take it as it being like she's trying to force you to be a mother. She's trying to just make sure that you have a good relationship with your family and your siblings, because if she weren't here anymore, I'm sure she would love it if we communicated
to be friends,
exactly,
brothers and sisters,
and really communicate with each other about everything that we go through, because nobody else understands you like your family.
Exactly. Yeah. And nothing like family. Nothing in this world it can compare to your family. Family can hold you tight. It can make you cry. It can make you laugh. And they care about you deeply to the cut of the bone. If I get out from here, I always tell my kid, I need you guys to love each other. You guys get. Communicate with each other. People in this country, a mom and the children, they cannot sit in one table and be laughing and talking. I'm not even joking. That's the truth. They were family, but they don't talk to each other at all. The dad doesn't talk to mom, and the mom doesn't talk to the kid, and the kid is just sad.
It is sad.
For me, it's very sad. If I cannot talk to my child, like I was telling everybody, if I did not talk to my child, I will be very sick. If I did not talk to her, or my son, or my other two kids for 2 days, something is going wrong with me. I might be different level or something, I don't know. But I always talk to my children in any opportunity that I can get. I just want to hear your voice, and I will be happy, because I know that at least you're breathing. And we have to know that children give from God, and God is going to put us accountable for whatever they do in this life. If they come a bad citizen, God will say, you asked for this gift. I give it to you. What did you do with it? That's the question that we're going to be asked one day when we face God. What did you do with that gift? You messed it up? Okay. You left the child over there is still messing up. What are you going to do about it? What did you do about it? Nothing. So sometimes we have to be careful what we do. And I'm telling my daughter right now, years from now, and I know the youngest one, they don't want to be in the show, but they always watch the show. When you grow up, you have your own kid. From 2 years and a half, teach them one thing at a time. Teach them how to behave. Teach them how to do things. Love them more. Because the love, they're going to make them, to bring them to be a good people, a good human being. The love that is showing them and they're showing other. That's the one, even though if the world take them away, they're gonna come back because they know that they were not raised that way, for sure. And don't stop praying to them. You gotta pray for your kids, pray for your house, pray for your husband, pray for your family as always. Even though not everybody in the family pray, but you are the mom of the house. Be prayerful. Your prayer will help, it will protect your kid. Okay, there is a one time I was just sleeping and I was dreaming that my daughter is not at home and something is going to happen. And I don't know what happened. I screamed so loud. My husband like, what is going on? I was like, I don't know. I just had to call Gracie. I called her. 3 o'clock in the morning. Gracie, you're not at home. Where are you at? I know that Gracie like, Mom, are you somewhere watching me or something? No. I just wake up and dreaming about her. And she was like, they were in the IHOP eating breakfast or I don't know what they call it. In the breakfast or waffle or whatever. But imagine the connection that God put it for you between you and your child. Longer you pray, whatever is happening to your child, you will feel it in your spirit. I'm not even joking. There is a lot of people can testify to that. And she told me like, yeah, we just eating waffle and every time I like Gracie, I just let me know when you get home sick. 3 o'clock in the morning, guys. Yeah, and there was a time that I was back home. I was sick. She called me, Mommy, are you okay? How did she know I'm not okay? Because of the connection. Because when you guys are family, you guys are supposed to love each other. And that love, it brings you guys to each other. The spirit that you guys share is very strong. I say I'm okay. But guess what, guys? I am not okay. I'm almost dying. Like I am poisoned and I am sick. But I cannot tell my daughter that I am not okay because she will be scared. And I did not tell anybody that what I'm going through until I get here. And then that's the time that they see me, I'm really sick. So this is connection that God put that connection over there. At least you have to be prayerful. You have to love your children equally. You have to be there for them for everything, whatever that may be. So that's the only way the connection is going to be there. But if you raise your kid like that, they're just growing up. They don't know what to do. They don't know who to love. They don't even know what does love mean. Last week, one of my family members, because I tell them, I said, are you guys coming for Thanksgiving? And my auntie daughter said, we didn't know about Thanksgiving until when we come here. We never did the Thanksgiving. And she said, Mom, why did you not teach us about Thanksgiving? And she couldn't even have answer because maybe they did not put in the mind. But when we come here in this country, we just try to survive. We didn't think about a lot of stuff. We didn't think about how we're going to do the Thanksgiving, how we're going to do the Christmas, how we're going to do the Easter. Over there in Africa, Christmas is like for everybody. Like you cook the cookies, everybody, Muslim, Christian, they come and take the cookie. And the here, we go to our places, we just wish each other like that. We don't have they said, oh, she's not from this. No, we don't have that. We do it, all of us the same, all as a people. The religion will put it on the side. When we're in Khartoum, I swear, we did not even have to say, oh, she's not Christian, she's not. We don't do that. The Muslim, if they're here, you go to your friend's house, you eat, you drink, and you do. When the Christmas comes, they come too. And that's the way we grow up in Sudan. But here in this country is different. So that's the difference between here and Africa and there. And I know that there is a lot of questions that I need her to touch into it, and I will answer.
Yeah,
So.
and I would say another thing that I would say is a misunderstanding or creates more misunderstanding, like I said, was communication styles and how, like, I would say the parents like to speak in more indirect communication, and then they'll have us like feeling like it's a test. I don't know what you're really trying to say, but sometimes I'll just take it for what she says is what she says, and then I'll get in trouble later.
That they talk indirect. For example, I will tell my daughter, Gracie, can you wash the dishes in the kitchen? And she will say, okay. Time went on and she didn't wash it. Gracie, what are you doing? Oh, mom, you need me to do the dishes? No, you do not have to do the dishes. What does that mean? That means you have to get up immediately and go wipe that dishes, okay? Don't sit any minute. Because if you don't, if you're a little young, you're going to get whooping soon. That's exactly like we talk indirect. And that sometimes bring confusion. We say one thing, like, oh, I want to go somewhere. And then you were like, oh, you want to go somewhere? Okay, that's fine. You come from there, you're knocking the door, you were like, where you come from? I tell you I'm going somewhere, and you tell me it's okay to go somewhere. Really? Did I tell you it's okay to go somewhere? That's me. They take it the way they take it, but we take it in different way. So that's miscommunication and misunderstanding that is confusing the children with the parents not to understand each other sometimes at all. That will help them.
And I would say it's more like they think that you should just know. And then also, I think on our side, it just feels like sometimes your parents don't want to understand what you're trying to say. Like they do, you know that they do understand what you're trying to say, but it just feels like they don't want to, like, honestly hear what you have to say.
For example, when she was like 11 or 10 years old, I had people come in the house, and I will assume as the mom, my daughter is supposed to go get this people water and the drink and everything. But that was an African way. In American way, you gotta say, honey, can you give me a lift? Can you help me do 1, 2, 3? But we assume, as always, the child is supposed to understand what we think immediately. And that's wrong. To be honest, that's very wrong. We cannot just assume like the child to understand what we're going through, the child to understand what they're supposed to do. The child is supposed to understand what is gonna come next. We have to tell them. And we're assuming they have to understand everything by their own. That they are children for a reason. We have to explain everything little by little. That's the way I like about American. They explain stuff one by one to the kid. If you do this, it's gonna be this, and if you do this, it's gonna be time out. No, we're just gonna be quiet until we're fed up, and then we beat that child, and that is not good at all.
Because that doesn't allow for the kids to even learn anything and express themselves as well, because then it just makes them feel like they just have to shut up and listen or shut down or not be able to be themselves because of that kind of altercation between each other. And it seems like you guys are just not understanding, but nothing is being explained. Nothing is being really communicated in a manner that both people will get an understanding of what actually is being said.
Yeah. So
I would say that work on direct communication with your family.
Direct communication is the key.
Yeah, we know that African parents love to talk in riddles and all type of stuff, but sometimes like just being straightforward is the perfect way.
It's the perfect way
to
know that person, because yes, we understand each other as the African, we talk like that. But our children who are born here, they don't understand nothing.
And sometimes I would say as a kid, you try to find the gray area in between.
Yeah.
It's okay, is there a gray area, and is there any way I can get around whatever she said? And still do what I want to do?
I become to understand that very quickly, because it's very tough. When you just talk to your kid like that, they don't understand you. You don't understand them. And then the language barrier. The language barrier is another stress for our children. We come from Africa, we do not know English, and they pick up very quick, and then we lag behind, and then they try to understand us, we try to understand them. That's a very hard communication skill that those kids, they have the trauma that they had to go through to understand us, and then we have to understand. It was just the hardest thing. Like sometimes you put the whole pressure in your body, all of it, just to let them understand one thing, how bad they can be. This is really hard. Like, it's very hard. And then the kids, they were like, you know what, I'm tired, because just to understand one thing, it's going to take me a whole day, just annoying. And if we can hear the kids, they say, oh, my mom is annoying, it's just annoying, because they do not understand what he's saying. What do you mean? And what do you need them exactly to do? Because you did not tell them, like, exactly, I need you to do 1, 2, 3.
And I feel this is the perfect segue into talking about emotional expression and like the difference between that and the misunderstanding that can come from that. Because I would say for my mom, Like, she was raised in environments where it was like they really couldn't show their vulnerability and couldn't really, they had to be tough. And in America, being raised here, like, it's like the opposite in a way. Like,
Very
everyone's
opposite.
trying, everyone wants to be able or
To be heard.
to be heard, and the expression of how you express yourself is just very much amplified, or something that's really practiced, I would say, here in America. I feel like that also will bring some misunderstanding as
Yeah.
well, because I would say maybe sometimes the parents think you need to be just tough and all this, all that. I'm sure that the parents also understand that you go through your own stuff as well. But at the same time, it seems as a kid growing up that they don't understand, and they couldn't understand because we do live in a whole different part of the world. It's whole different types of customs and cultures that I'm trying to conform to, and you don't really realize that they're also going through the same thing, and they're trying to conform as an adult
Yeah.
into the culture as well.
Yeah.
And it is a learning process.
It's a learning process for both of us because in Africa, you cannot express yourself to your mom or your dad or whoever raising you up that you are tired. Understand? You do not want to do that. You don't want to go someplace like you don't want to go. They will get you are disrespectful right then. But here in America, you have to give your child. If they say that I'm tired, you have to understand. They are tired from school. We don't even ask them what they go through every day. We're thinking because our children, they go to school and they come back and they're supposed to be happy. There is a lot of stress to come. There is a bullying. There is a lot of stuff that the kid, they have to deal with it. Then when they come home, and instead of us as a mom or parents make them happy, we're just gonna make them feel like all the problem that they go to school and everything, and then coming at home, there is a problem still.
Yeah, it's almost like you don't.
Like
it's like you don't do enough as a kid in
Yeah.
order for you to. Because I would say, growing up, my mom did say that, oh, you don't understand
Yeah.
what tired really is. And to be fair, it is true. Like, she did go through more, but also that's in a way kind of guilt tripping the kid and stuff, and it doesn't allow for them to truly express what they're trying to.
For example, I know a lot of family here, they're going through confusion just as the children, but a lot of family, when I talk to them, they will say, we do this and we do that and we come from Africa. Yeah, those kids understand that. But we have to know that we're in the different place. You can think like you're sleeping in different bed when you're at home. When you go to hotel, it's a different environment and different place. Just like the way we come from Africa, that's different place. We come to America, we have to adapt this culture. American culture is not too bad if we understood. But if you culturalize it like, oh, those stuff that you grow up in Sudan, in different world, you bring it here and you want to enforce the same thing that you went through to your kids, that's the way the mess up come from. That's the misunderstanding come from. That's disrespectful come from.
And I think that's also what I was trying to say earlier, when like the kids feel like they don't want to understand because they're so stuck in the ways that they grew up, and they want to like just force that instead of also growing up.
Yeah, but the thing is, in the end of the day, we're the parents, we're supposed to calm down because we the one understand better than the children. The children, they're still building up, they're still learning. We the one already learn. We're supposed to come back and sit down like, what I'm doing now, I think is okay. We have to think about ourselves. Like the way I did, I had to think. Because my kids don't understand me. I don't understand them. I did not grow up like that. Whatever they're doing, I don't like it. So what do you do to change it? You have to talk to them in the language that they can understand. Until then, you guys can be in misunderstanding until they grow up big, and you're not going to have even a chance to fix or change anything anymore. So sometimes the parents, did those kids know what it takes to bring them from the war zone to the safety zone to this place that they're in right now and everything. You guys even don't tell them the story. If you guys tell them about the background, they might understand. But I know a lot of Sudanese people, they don't talk about what the family about, what they come from, how did they get here, all that stuff. They do not talk about it.
And I'm sure it's traumatizing, but at the same time, it is
Yeah.
really good for the kids
To understand and to know why they're here in the first place. When the mind already built up, you have to start it when they're young. Because when they started, when they build up, I'm almost gonna start it late because, when Grace is growing up and, the hormone is changing here and there, I have to figure it out the way to come back to how I'm gonna understand my children very quickly. Because if I don't, I might have to get misunderstanding until today. And we can be fighting, we cannot be talking, we can misunderstand each other until today. But I have to come back to realize that it's not that bad. If you understand the culture, if you understand that you're not in South Sudan anymore, you are in a different place, if you understand that the stuff that happened to you back home over there cannot happen here, if you understand that you should show your children love, it doesn't matter how and where, that is gonna change what we come from and what we have to be about. Because our children are as confused as they are. We don't talk about our family value back home. We don't talk about every story. I did not grow up with my mom or my dad. My dad died, I was young. I was like almost 3 years old. My brother raised me up. But in Africa, that's why I say Africa is amazing. There is this neighbor have a grandma. And this grandma, she always bring all the kids, including me, and tell us the stories about village, about back home, that's the way this little information that they have, it make me to grow to be a better person because I heard from somebody. But if you just raising a kid like this, like I said earlier, sometime you raising the kid like just you raising the plant, that you put the water, but you did not trim the tree to grow up very high and good quality. Guess what? The tree is gonna just fall. What is that called? The part of the tree is gonna be falling everywhere. And when you want to put them together, it cannot be together. That's exactly how the human being, the emotion can be changed, the life can be changed, the behavior can be changed, and everything can be changed. Yes.
Yeah, and I would also say that African parents usually show love more through actions and stuff. They're not good at really communicating their love, and
Yeah.
I feel like that's also a downfall because some kids and most kids just want to
love you.
like
The
an
word.
actual verbal
Yeah.
confirmation, and just having that emotional support, and I feel like that's all that kids really care about growing up is just being loved and being filled at home, loving your family, having a good time. That's really it.
Yeah. We African people, we don't show our love,
Yeah.
emotion to our loved one. It doesn't matter if you're a husband, he doesn't show to his wife. His wife doesn't show enough to his husband. And the children, we don't show them the love that they deserve, even though we love them so much. We show our love by the people, they bring it back, go to the store and get them nice clothes. Oh, you don't like this clothes? You like this clothes? Oh, this is so cute. And you like these shoes? And that is cute on you. Oh, I can cook your favorite. This is love, but you have to say it too. You have to say I love you too. Not just showing a different action thing, but if it comes to actual love that you're supposed to give me a hug or kiss me in my full head, I love you, to give me ensure that you really do love me,
Yeah.
the one count. The other thing that you do is count, but when you tell your child or you tell your husband or your wife that actually I love you, that it make and show it. Show it and say it. But if you don't show it and you don't say it,
The other person's gonna feel like
you're
and
not,
then it's
yeah.
not that. It's
Yeah.
just creating a misunderstanding.
Misunderstanding.
between each other
Yeah.
that doesn't need to be there.
Yeah. And sometimes you ask the other person, Do you really love him? They will say, yeah, if I don't love him, I'm not going to be. But show it. But they're not going to know how to show it. And I feel bad that they don't know how to show it. But we have to teach each other. We have to change the narrative so that we can raise this generation and the new the generation that coming. So yeah, so we can know that the kids or the wife or the husband, they need to be insured because we said the family is protection. So even if you do everything and you don't show the love or you don't tell that love to one another, that person feel like he or she he did not protect it. He or she cannot trust you enough because she don't even know whether you like him, whether you love him or not, because you're not showing it or you're not saying it. And that's the stuff that's going through a lot our community. It's very hard to see one family loving each other, the chemistry, like the language, the eye language. One time we were in Dallas and me and my husband were just talking and joking and somebody's telling me, she asked my husband first, how are you doing? My husband said, I'm good. He's from our community too, but they didn't know us that well in that time. They were like, are you guys engaged or something? I see you guys giggling all day and all night. I was like, no, we are married long time ago, almost 20 something years. Sometime, even if you have problem, when you're going somewhere, put your problem on the side. Go enjoy that day. Be happy that time. Reflect a different reflection. Don't show your emotion to control what you're going to do, what you're going to have. Be happy for that moment because there is no promise for tomorrow still. So we have to show more love to our children, especially our children, because those kids are going through is stress at school or work, even to graduate. If we can see, like me and my husband, we pay $1,000 for car insurance, 1,300 and stuff like that. The cell phone bill. Until today, even our both children, we still pay their phone bill. It's because we have to support them to the point that we know that if we leave them, they will be able to survive. You cannot just drop the ball from up there. It will break when it comes to the ground. So you have to drop it little by little. Even if you have elder children in the house, you have to drop that ball little by little. Take a little bit of step out. More you say it stronger, more you take a step out. Don't drop somebody like from all the way up there, boom, to the floor. Guess what? It's going to pieces. And then when it pieces, you're going to be running, you want to put them together. It's going to be very hard to put them together. And that's the reason why we do what we do. We want to share with you guys our experience, our life, and what we can change together. Maybe if we hear from me and Grace all the time, maybe there is a stuff that's going to be changing in our life, all of us, including the Aryans. So let me go back to Grace.
And honestly, that is basically what today's episode is really about. And I would say that some ways to like work on those things. We've talked about a lot of different things and different ways that you can really help your situation and better your relationship with your mom. I would say the biggest things is just realize that your parents are also, this is their first times also ever being here on life experiencing this experience as well. It's not just your first time, but it's also their first time. I would say listen without like assuming disrespect from the other person. Try to actually get down to the bottom of what you're trying to get to and understand each other. Have open conversations with each other.
Yes, open, talk to each other, respect each other. Sit down in the table even one time a month or one time a week with each other. Ask what you're going through, if we can help in any. Our kids, they have a broken heart from a lot of stuff that we just talked about it today. And I'm hoping that, yes, we come from different place and we come to this place. But they were here. They were brought here, they're young. They understand this culture. They say that if you cannot bring the peace to somebody, if somebody cannot bring the peace to you, you have to bring the peace to somebody. So if the world cannot bring the peace to the children, we are the parents who are supposed to bring the peace to those kids. We have to make sure they're happy. We have to make sure they're okay. Sometimes you have to bring yourself to a small child to understand that child. You don't want to bring yourself to be humble to understand what your child really about. Sometimes play with that child. They might bring 1, 2, 3 stuff out that you will know that child is going through this. If you don't know how to talk to your children at all. But I'm encouraging everybody to talk to the children. That's all the time, even one time a week. That will be a blessing. And this episode is really about understanding each other. We are here to make all of us to understand each other, to talk to each other, to communicate to each other, to be happy with each other, so that if anything happened to you or me tomorrow, as we are family, we know that we left those kids with something. We did not leave them with nothing. We left them with something, whether it's the words, whether it's what to do, whether it's whatever you left it behind. Let it to be good. So that's all I'm saying.
Thank you guys so much.
That's the end of the show. Guys, thank you for watching the Healing Tape.
I hope to see you guys next time.
Please, yeah guys, share the video and subscribe. Go to the Facebook page and go to YouTube if you want to watch the whole thing. Go to YouTube because sometimes TikTok is showing here, but go to YouTube and sit down with your family. Watch it, all of it. Subscribe. Send it to the loved one. Send it to your friend. Send it to anybody that you know that they will benefit from what we're saying. And that's all I have to say.
Thank you guys.
Thank you so much, guys. God bless you.